future, should be one of the candidates for fight of this year. It should be a terrific, terrific battle. And I'd like to now introduce our co-promoter who will talk about and introduce the Rafael Marquez side of this fight. Please welcome Gary Shaw.
First of all, I don't want to thank anybody for anything. That took a quick 5 minutes off the press conference. I want to tell you that my attorney, Leon Margulies, is full of shit because he said he's a friend of Greg Leone and Greg Leone has no friends. On a serious note, it's kind of bittersweet for me because I had the fighter who I thought was going to win the Super 6 championship in Andre Durrell, and he's no longer in the tournament. So it's kind of difficult for me to see these other fights go on, and I'm not involved in the tournament after being involved for so long, from the back of the house type of stuff at the fight camp, 360 all the way through this fight Saturday night. But I do want to tell you that I have a lot of respect for Alan Green, and I believe it'll be a great fight. But I do want to say one thing before I talk about Rafael Marquez. I think Leon and Henry Foster, and especially Henry Foster, belongs in the Hall of Fame because they've done a Hall of Fame job with Glenn Johnson. I mean, they brought him back after losses. He's fought tough fights, and I have the world of respect for Glenn Johnson. He fought 2 great fights against Chad Dawson. I want you to know, the press, that I personally believe he beat DeVoris Cloud in St. Louis, and he just didn't get the hometown decision. But you're going to see a great fight in the Super 6 Saturday night. As far as the fight, first of all, I want to thank Juan Manuel, the champion, for taking the fight with Rafael Marquez. It's a great war. There's history here between the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans. And there's going to be another one of those Puerto Rican-Mexican all-out wars. Rafael Marquez was a great fighter at 118. He proved it. His 4 fights with Israel Vasquez will go down in history for sure. I said that I believe that Rafael Marquez will go into the Hall of Fame before his brother, and I really believe that. I want to tell you how I see the fight. On the right, in Juan Man, you have a fighter who's younger and maybe quicker than my fighter. But on my fighter, you have age and experience. My father, before he died, always told me that there's no replacement for age and experience. And I think Juan Man is going to find himself in the deepest fight that he has ever fought. I don't believe the fight goes to 12 rounds. I've seen Rafael Marquez in the biggest wars of his career. I've seen him go down, and every time he got up, he was tougher, stronger, and more determined than when he went down. And I am truly a fan of boxing. In some respects, I wish I didn't have a fighter in the fight so I could buy a seat and really enjoy the fight. But it's going to be a tremendous fight. I have history with Bob Arum. We did Corrales and Castillo together. And here we are, possibly going to do another Corrales-Castillo together Saturday night. The real winner Saturday night will be the fans. We're going to get to see a tremendous boxing match. I want to thank Richard Stern for having my room ready when I got here. That was the most important thing to me. And Rafi's got a great trainer in Daniel Zaragoza. a great fighter in his own right. I asked him if he wanted to speak. He doesn't want to speak. But he deserves the credit for the Rafael Marquez you saw in the last Israel-Vasquez fight. I'm not going to go into his record and everything about Rafael Marquez, other than to say he is a first-round ballot Hall of Famer whenever his career ends. And you will see that at 126 pounds, he's bringing his power up from 118 right to 126. It gives me great pleasure on behalf of Fernando Beltran, my co-promoter, and myself to introduce to you the great champion, Rafael Marquez.
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por venir. Le doy las gracias a Gary Shaw, a Showtime, a Bob.
Wants to thank everyone for coming out. He wants to thank Gary Shaw, Showtime, and Top Rank.
Somos gente de pocas palabras. Simplemente venimos a dar un gran espectáculo a toda la gente. Creo que la que se va a llevar el de ganar esta pelea creo que va a ser la gente. Y venimos a dar todo. Venimos por el título del mundo para llevarnos a México.
He's a man of few words. He knows it's going to be a spectacular fight. He's here to win the fight for him and for Mexico.
Nos hemos preparado muy bien para esta pelea. Creo que venimos mejores que anteriormente y venimos por todo. Venimos por el título del mundo que tiene campeón del mundo Juan Manuel Lopez.
He had a tremendous training camp. He's in terrific shape, and he's going to take this title.
Y muchas gracias otra vez por venir. Saludos a todos.
Thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate it.
Juan Manuel Lopez has come out of the island of Puerto Rico as a future star for a country that has produced great fighters throughout history. In recent years, the great Felix Tito Trinidad, Miguel Angel Cotto, and now Juan Manuel Lopez. It is truly an incubator of talented fighters who have thrilled the boxing world. I want to call to the microphone now a man who has helped us so much as our co-promoter of Juan Manuel Lopez. He is the leading promoter in Puerto Rico. Please welcome from PR Boxing, Peter Rivera.
Hi everybody. First of all, I want to thank Bob Aaron to really help us to develop all these great fighters from Puerto Rico in the past years. I want to say thanks also to the MGM Grand and to Showtime for giving to us this big opportunity for Juan Manuel Lopez's career. On Saturday night, you will see one of the big fights of the year, I believe, because you know that both Marquez and Lopez are great fighters, exciting fighters, and I'm sure 100% that that's going to be a big night for Puerto Rico and for Juan Manuel Lopez. Now also I want to introduce you the manager of Juan Manuel Lopez, a man that really helped us to develop Lopez to this level, and like other fighters like William Arroyo, who's going to fight on Saturday too here. With you, this is Mr. Orlando Piñeiro.
Muy buenas tardes. He visto que todo el mundo aquí ha hablado de una gran pelea. Yo quiero primero darle gracias a Dios, a Bob Aaron, su compañía Torran, Showtime, MGM Grand. Es para nosotros un placer estar aquí en la tarde de hoy.
First of all, I want to thank everyone associated with this fight, Showtime, Top Rank, the MGM, We hear how great fight is going to be, and we're very thankful for this opportunity.
Lo que verán el sábado es un sueño hecho realidad.
What you're going to see Saturday is a dream come true.
Cuando Juan Manuel Lopez se proclamó campeón del mundo ganándole a Daniel Ponce de León,
When Juan Manuel Lopez won his first title, beating Daniel Ponce de León,
en la conferencia le dijo al mundo:
at that conference after the fight, he told the whole world,
yo quiero enfrentarme a los mejores del mundo.
I want to fight the best in the world.
Y los primeros nombres que mencionó fue Rafael Marquez y Israel Vázquez.
And the first two names he mentioned that night were Rafael Marquez and Israel Vázquez.
Pues el próximo sábado quien está arriba del ring no es Israel, va a ser Rafael. Rafael, te espera una guerra bien dura.
In the Saturday, the one that's going to be up in the ring is Rafael Marquez, and he's expecting a great war.
Espero que todos se den cita allí,
I hope everyone can come and see the fight.
pues lo que van a ver es una guerra entre Puerto Rico y México, una verdadera bomba. Buenas tardes.
You're going to see a great war between Mexico and Puerto Rico once
There
again.
we go. You added some blood for sure.
In the whole history of boxing, there comes a moment when a young fighter who has been tabbed as great faces his biggest test. And Juan Manuel Lopez will face his biggest test on Saturday. His record is 28 wins and no defeats. 29. He's the mystery. But you've seen him on television, and you've seen the potential, and you've seen the promise of greatness. And we'll see on Saturday night how he rises to the occasion to fight one of the best fighters in these weight categories. And I agree with Gary, a first round ballot surely for the Hall of Fame, Rafael Marquez. And so Juan Manuel Lopez has his work cut out for him, but as his promoter from his first professional fight, we are confident that he will come through and will shine on Saturday night. The featherweight champion of the world, Juan Manuel Lopez.
Muy buenas tardes a todos.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Quiero primero que nada darle gracias a Boaru, a Showtime, a la MGM Grand
I want to thank Bob Arum, Showtime, and the MGM Grand,
y por supuesto a Dios que me dio esta gran oportunidad.
and obviously God for giving me this great opportunity.
Como Dios mi manejador, es un sueño hecho realidad.
It is truly a dream that's coming true.
Y Peter Rivera siempre me decía, siempre trabajes duro para lograr todo lo que tengas.
And Peter Rivera has always told me you have to work real hard to obtain what you want.
Y hoy estamos aquí, un sueño tanto para mí como para Alex Caraballo, que es mi entrenador.
For all of us, Alex, who's my trainer, for everyone, it's just a dream to have this opportunity.
Y no vamos a desaprovechar esta oportunidad.
And we're gonna take full advantage of it.
En varias ocasiones el equipo de Rafael han dicho de que yo no aguanto, que no tengo quijada.
I know that I read that the team of Rafael Marquez says that I have no chin,
Pero yo estoy invicto, el que tiene 5 derrotas y 4 por nocaut es él.
but the one that's undefeated is me, and I know he's lost a few fights by knockout.
El sábado sabremos quién aguanta más y quién aguanta menos.
And on Saturday night, you'll see who really can take a punch and who can't.
Y Gary Shaw en una ocasión me dijo, si tú eres tan bueno, ¿por qué no peleas con Gamboa?
And one time, Gary Shaw told me, if you're so good, how come you don't fight Gamboa?
Pero yo soy tan bueno que le voy a ganar el sábado a Rafael y en junio a Gamboa.
But I'm so good, I'm gonna be Rafael on Saturday and in June, Gamboa.
Y Dios los bendiga, vayan a la pelea a hacer una guerra, definitivamente.
We're gonna fight, it's gonna be a war.
Weigh in tomorrow.